I feel like this intro is just the weirdest shit ever.
Just say what's up,
I'm
dude.
just. This is how I'm gonna start it. I feel like, like I don't know how to start it, so I'm gonna start it like this.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
All right, guys. So I'm here with Alex, one of my friends. I really don't know what to name this podcast. We were just talking about that before we started. I had an idea for it, or I had some ideas. One of them being the entrepreneur struggle. I feel like it was a little bit plain, but I mean, it got to the point because I wanted to talk about or use this podcast to talk about different struggles as an entrepreneur when you're starting out, some of the things you're going to face, and it's basically just stuff that you encounter when you're trying to make your own income and you're trying to start your own business and just help you guys out. So that's why I was going with the entrepreneur struggle. But I had some other things I was talking to him about, like .io, which stands for like binary. I was gonna go with that, but I feel like some people weren't really gonna get it. And then Sudo Access, which was the one that you told me was pretty cool.
Like that one.
Yeah, I was gonna go with Sudo Access because it basically it's this thing in Linux. It's this thing that you use in Linux in the terminal. It just means follow my command. Just to put it in layman's term, I don't want to spend the whole episode talking about Linux and how do you use it to go through directories and whatnot.
Basically, I got it. Like what I understood from it was that you're kind of like in control of everything inside of that
yeah, that's basically what it
system.
is.
So I like that one.
Like the word sudo, sudo, basically means you're in control. Obey everything that I say. Obey my command. So I'm just gonna go with sudo access. So for those of you who don't know what it is, it's just something that you use in Linux to control the computer or to make the computer do what you say. And if you apply to business, you want to be the person in control. You want people to do what you say. So we're gonna settle with sudo access. I guess that's the name of it.
I like it. That shit's sick.
Different. I feel like people are gonna find it like weird to spell because you spelled it with a P.
Yeah,
right?
I thought it was pseudo as in like pseudo, like when something's fake, like pseudoscience.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Fake
it was.
access.
Yeah.
Pseudo access. Fake
Yeah.
access. No, but it's gonna be called sudo access.
Like
Linux version.
Yeah, SUDO. Well, you guys, they're gonna see it in the title.
Yeah, they're gonna see it. So tell us a little bit about you, a little bit of backstory. What do you do?
All right, yeah. So I'm a music producer. I fucking I work. I have a project called CRWTH, and it's like a bunch of heavy bass EDM stuff. Then I have a collective that I started. It's called Threat Collective. That's basically my little small company. We sell clothing. We sell sample packs for producers. We're working on hosting some events, and we're gonna start our own podcast too. And we also release music through there.
And don't you use Shopify as your like platform to distribute everything?
Exactly. So Shopify basically my entire company is based off of Shopify. Although like there's just so much more that you can do on it than just like the stuff that it's known for, like drop shipping and stuff. Like for example, for me, like I use it a lot as a good way to like communicate with the people who like my music and the stuff that we release. Like we're able to send new releases through our entire mailing list that we've made on Shopify. So it's not just to sell stuff, it's also just to like grow a brand and all that. It's a fucking website.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, so you don't necessarily have to use Shopify to drop ship. That's usually the most common thing people go for. They use it for drop shipping. So just to give you guys an example, he doesn't use it for drop shipping. You used to though, like when
I tried drop shipping for a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
I probably still could do it. I mean, I could add some product that I don't want to hold or or something. I actually do something like drop shipping.
Like just selling your shirts.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if you wanted to, you could have just gone with Printful. It's a plugin that you guys can. Oh, that's what you're using?
That's what I'm using. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. You see?
Yeah.
See, I thought you were actually getting your stuff printed out.
No. I'm using Printful right now. I mean, I would rather do it like that just because I would have more creative control. But it's a great way to start when you don't have like a fucking, like a
talking about screen printing and all that. I actually have a screen printer like literally downstairs.
I know you do.
I like only used it once or twice.
I know.
So I have like this huge ass screen printer with like screens and like paint and shit like that.
Fuck, dude.
It was probably a bad investment because I really didn't even use it. It's still there. Like
you should use
it's
it,
been
man.
unused. Yeah, I'll probably start my own little print company.
Show me how to use that. So I can make some shirts with it.
Yeah, I mean, it saves you money. That's the reason why I got it, because
Yeah.
it's a lot cheaper to print them yourself than it is to have them done. The
And
only
and you get more creative control over what
Yeah,
comes out, you know?
exactly.
I'm
And you're able
excited.
to
Actually, I didn't
control a
thought
lot of
about
stuff.
that. I've been knowing that you had that. I don't know why I didn't think about like asking you to let me use that for like some shirts.
It's heavy though. Like you're gonna need a truck because it's like, yeah,
Really?
because it's a big one. It's not the little small toy one. It's like a
You need a
freaking
truck?
yeah, because it's big. It's huge. It's on like this wooden stand, and then I believe there's I believe there's 4 different
Oh
presses. Yeah,
shoot.
so it's
That's
pretty big. It's for
crazy.
multicolors.
Huh.
Yeah.
I'm still down.
So I'm telling you, you're gonna need some space.
Hell yeah.
Like I said, guys, this channel is gonna be basically to
Podcast.
podcast. I don't know why I said channel. Well, this is going on the channel, like the
Yeah.
video format of it is going on the channel, and then the podcast you're gonna find it on different platforms. But I'm gonna basically be talking about different things as an entrepreneur. And for this one, it's gonna be a little bit wonky just because it's our first podcast, or my first podcast, that is. So we're still getting things done, or I'm still getting
I'm the
things
guinea
settled.
pig. I'm the guinea
Guinea pig.
pig.
So I'm gonna have a lot more people, not just me, because I feel like I also get lonely just being myself. I feel like it gets boring. No, I feel like it gets boring.
We all get lonely, man.
Yeah, I feel like it gets boring, especially when you work for yourself and you don't really have anything else. Like I spend most of my day at the house just working on
Same
stuff.
here, yeah. No,
Uh,
but it's good to collaborate with other people too.
It is. It is. But you guys, if you guys are starting your own business, especially for drop shipping, you have to understand that it's gonna be kind of lonely at times. So for those of you who like to socialize and everything like that, you might want to make time for that. Not necessarily. It's not gonna happen with this business. You're not gonna meet a lot of people, especially if you're drop shipping. You're just gonna be stuck all day inside making calls or like emails and stuff like that. But I mean, the cool part is that you get to set your own schedule. You just have to be able to work with it, or you have to commit to it. Because if you don't, you start falling victim of like being
Discipline.
lazy and whatnot. Yeah, so it takes a lot of discipline to start be your own boss. Basically, you don't have anybody else watching you, so you have to do it yourself.
Yeah, it's if anything, it's a lot harder
Yeah,
than having
basically,
a
if
normal
anything.
job.
Yeah, so it is a bit harder in that sense. So it's not like you do the same thing over and over again. Like if you had your own job, like let's say what did you work in before?
I was a like I worked at an American Honda corporate, like helping with people with their recalls and it was like a phone. What's it called?
Are you like a
Call center.
call
It was like
center?
a call center.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure you didn't have to think about work when you
Nah,
got
dude, I didn't
home
do
and stuff like that.
anything there.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I remember you used to like text you and shit.
Yeah,
You were like,
bro.
oh, I'm just
Like it
searching
was
stuff up.
such an easy job, like, and they paid good, but obviously, like, I wasn't happy there. But
Yeah, you want your
yeah,
creative
I wanted to
freedom.
make something like that was mine, you know.
And that's the thing with most people. You might not have a hard job. You might not necessarily be stressing yourself out at work, but you might not be satisfied with what you're doing. You might want more.
Everybody needs a purpose, a life
Exactly.
meaning, you know. And mine was not to answer fucking phone
Like
calls.
you don't wake up every morning being
Yeah.
like, I wish to.
I'm gonna go fucking answer some phone calls today.
Yeah, that's my lifelong dream. Yeah.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Which brings me to the topic about starting businesses. I get a lot of people actually who ask me, how do I start a business with no money? I want to start a business, but I have no money and whatnot. What's some free ways to get money or some quick ways to get money? And you guys have to understand that there's really no free way. There's really no way to start a business with literally zero down. You can't really do that. You need to put some money up front. I feel like when you do, also, it makes you really commit to that business because now you have money in that
Invested into
business.
it, right?
As opposed to, let's say, if you had an investment and you didn't, or somebody else was investing and you didn't put any money, obviously you're not going to give a crap about if the investment goes south or not.
Yeah, I can see that.
So it's the same thing with the business. If you have no money involved, you're going to be a lot less worried about it. If it fails, you're going to be like, whatever. You're not going to try as much. Maybe in the beginning you are, just because you have that initial motivation when you're starting things out. You might be super excited and want to like start your own business and you're like super excited doing everything. But once you actually are like a month into it, you're going to be like, whatever. It didn't cost me much, but time. Although time is very important.
Yeah, no. Yeah, well, I think when people think that they're gonna start a business with like no money, um, you can start it with no money, but you're just gonna have to put a lot more work, and that will turn into money.
Yeah,
You
but
get what
some
I
people
mean?
don't want that. Some people just want the easy way out, you know?
Well, there is no easy way. There
Yeah.
just isn't.
Or like
It's
websites
just
where
so
you
easy.
get, yeah, or like websites where you get free money. Or like, oh, do you know any websites where you get free money? Or do you know any
Nah.
websites? Like, don't
Yeah.
look for that. Don't look for websites that give you free money. Don't look for websites like, oh, surveys for money or stuff like that. That's not gonna work. That's gonna take way too long to get any sort of
Substantial
like,
amount. Yeah.
yeah,
It's
exactly.
small.
They're gonna give you a few cents here and there, and that's
Yeah.
not gonna get you anywhere. Although you guys might be super excited, like, oh yeah, I just do this. It's very simple, and I get a few cents. But in reality, that's not gonna do anything.
Yeah, you want to think on a bigger scale.
You do.
If you're really serious about like doing a business, like you have to think in like I think if you think in like ginormous scales, like huge scales, and you aim for something that's just fucking like ridiculously large, even if you don't make that, you're still gonna make something huge because your goal is so big. You know what I mean? Does that?
You're gonna fall short, but you're still gonna fall.
But it's
like,
still gonna be fucking large, you know, because you have such a large goal.
yeah, and you guys, because I get sometimes I just get messages like, "Hey, do you know of any free website?"
You know,
or-
I've gotten
yeah,
questions like that too. Like I know some of my friends know that I make money selling sounds on the internet, right? Some of my producer friends. And one time one of my buddies asked me, "Hey bro, like what's a quick easy way that I can make money for music?" And I was like, "Bro, like if I knew, like I would fucking tell you, you know?"
like I would be doing.
I would
it.
be doing it, yeah.
Yeah, but it's because
There's just no quick way.
yeah,
of
there's
doing
no
it.
quick way. There's no way of being like, oh, I'm just gonna press a couple numbers here and boom, you know, I'm making money. You guys also have to understand who do you know or who have you heard of that's made money with free websites or free money websites, or who do you know that's been rich off of that? Most successful people either work their ass for it, or or they get an investment, or something like that, or they put their investment from their own money.
Yeah.
They don't just go to random websites and look for free shit, or they look for
No,
tech
there's
surveys.
definitely gonna be
There's
an
gonna be
upfront fucking investment.
there is
For
there
sure.
is
For sure.
there has to be, you
Yeah.
know. And then for those of you who like cheaping out, I don't recommend you guys cheap out. If you're gonna do something, do it right the first time, because if you cheap out, you're gonna
Yeah,
do it
that
again.
brings me to a good point. I read this book by Grant Cardone, and he was just like, if you're not willing to spend money on something, what makes you think that other people are gonna spend money on your product,
That's a good
right?
that's a good
So,
point.
y- yeah, You-
Like, just, like,
that's it.
That's it. Where do we go from here? No, that is a very good point, though.
Yeah.
If you don't want to spend money on yourself, what makes you think that other people are going to basically want to spend money on you?
Yeah.
You know, you don't even want to invest in yourself.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, so what makes other people want to do that? It's super
Nothing.
hard to read with this, by the way.
Fuck.
Which brings me to the point of what should you do to make that money?
What
do
money?
you
Like the
to make
first
that
step?
money? Yeah, to
The
make
first
that
step?
initial money. What would
Well, you gotta.
think?
Well, I think first. Well, you gotta determine what it is, right? Like, let's just use Shopify as an example. I mean, that shit's like
It doesn't take that much starting
right.
cost,
It's
but
30
it still
bucks.
takes some.
It's
Yeah.
30 bucks, right? Just to
Yeah.
start. Yeah.
Just to start, but I mean, you still need to get people onto it. You still need to get people basically in it, or you need to get some sort of traffic to it. That
Right.
costs money, so you guys need to invest on that. There's really no way out, because I also got
That's not necessarily true though.
unless you have a big audience.
Unless you have some sort of niche that you're good at, right?
Yeah.
Because I'll just use me as an example because that's the only experience I can share. I started making tutorials, and that's those people from the tutorials go to my website to buy the sample pack. But I didn't spend any money advertising those YouTube videos or anything. I just used keywords that I knew that people were gonna search. So there was no like the only like if anything, I got a few sales during the trial of Shopify, the 14-day trial.
but
so-
you have an audience, though. That's the thing.
Yeah,
For the
but
people
it was
who don't-
free though.
Yeah, but for the people but you actually spend a lot of time building that audience. It wasn't something that was overnight.
That's true. Yeah, no, it took a long time. It took like a year.
By the way, if you guys are watching this on YouTube, I'm gonna leave a link to his channel. You guys
Yeah,
can check
check
him
me
out. Yeah, it takes some time, but if you didn't have that audience, you would need a way to get traffic.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's either influencers or paid advertising
Yeah.
through like Facebook. There's literally no way out, because I've seen some people, or not seen, but I've gotten some message where people tell me, "Oh, hey, how do I get free advertising? How do I send free traffic to my website?" And
Well, there is a way to gain free traffic.
if you get
Good service or good products.
good, no, but I mean, there's going to be an initial way. I mean, you don't just put up a website on Shopify and then people start coming in.
Yeah, no,
That doesn't happen. You need to have some sort.
unless you have some crazy shit, you know? Like you have to think about I think a lot of this industry, not no offense, it's just a lot of it is just so focused around advertisement and not much on the actual service or
Quality.
product itself, the quality of what they're providing. And I think that devalues like a lot. Like the whole industry's like, fuck. Like,
It's just a bunch of people trying to sell shit.
yeah,
They
which
don't focus on the quality.
and I get it, you know, everybody's trying to make money. That's cool, but like, wouldn't it be cooler if you were making something like with a purpose? You know, like
Yeah, and that's what I've been trying to make with the channel because I've seen a lot of people just upload just daily and just
yeah, fuck
like
all those
it's
guys.
just people who just do that and don't and don't fucking take their time with it. And then that's why I started uploading fewer times, but really focus on the quality of the
Yeah, because
videos.
quality over quantity, dude. Like for sure, quality over quantity. And all those fucking guys that I know that you showed me some. I see them on my Instagram all the time because I even though like I'm in a completely different like
Niche, yeah.
niche, um, and it's music. Like I still look up things about Shopify and how to improve my because that's the thing about anything. Like if you're able to incorporate two different things into one, you're most likely gonna be successful because that thing is kind of new in a way, you know. And I have all this knowledge because I know you, and I have all this knowledge because I know a lot of music producers, and I'm able to like put all that knowledge together, and like that's what my company's based off, you know. But shit, what was I trying to say? Oh yeah, all those guys, they post the same things all the time. And then a lot of people like we came to this conclusion the other day, remember? That the fucking was it CPM? Was it CPM?
Yeah, CPM, I
Yeah,
think
so
that's
like they make a ton of money off
from
of that,
ads.
bro.
Yeah, because I make as much as him on ads and I don't have as many followers as
Nearly
he
as many views like
or as views. There you
yeah,
go.
yeah, like he gets like
80 views,
20
100 views.
times more income than I do for each view basically. 20 was it 20 times?
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, it's 24. It went up to
24
24.
times more than my niche. That's fucking insane.
And
And
you
that's
have thousands of views.
yeah, I get a shitload of views. And like if like imagine like if I got the CPM that he got, I would be making so much more money. Like it'd be crazy. But that just goes to my point that the other dudes who are making these videos are literally just putting the same shit up on the internet because they make money off of that. They make a lot of money, and I don't know why YouTube rewards that. Honestly, I don't.
Because I saw a lot of their content is just repetitive. Like
Yeah, but how
it's
does you? Why does YouTube get like? How did they benefit from that?
doesn't. I mean,
Just
people
views?
people are on YouTube. They watch the videos. It retains people.
Oh, well,
So
the ads, maybe the ads that they put
yeah,
on there. I wonder what ads fucking put on there. And they must be expensive to advertise on that then.
yeah. Actually, I had this one video that said my CPM was $104 for every
What?
thousand. Yeah, it was 104. I'll show you. But yeah, it was 104, bro.
What the fuck, dude?
For one of the
Mine is
videos.
$3, dude.
So
Like
imagine,
less.
no, and that video I think has like 80 views or something like that.
The fuck, dude.
But if I were to get like 2,000 views
You
at
would get a lot of
104, that would be a
yeah.
shitload of money just from that.
That's fucking ridiculous, man. That makes me want to get into it, dude. Let me just make a bunch of videos about fucking Shopify.
But the point where we were getting, because I feel like we just got sidetracked.
No, that's fine, dude. I think we should get sidetracked. I think that's the whole point of a
Yep.
podcast, to get sidetracked, you
Fuck
know?
it, we'll get sidetracked.
Yeah. But what were
But
you
for
gonna say?
those of you who, or I'm not, the camera's over there. We're pointing at you. But for those of you who basically are looking for a way to gain money or to make money from it, or to start a way to raise money without doing that
Oh
freeway
yeah,
or
I
that
forgot
stuff.
about that.
Yeah. You guys either want to get a part-time job, like that's pretty much it. Either a part-time
Yeah.
job, Postmates, DoorDash,
Those
what's
bird scooters now are doing the
Yeah.
where you can charge them for money.
the bird scooters, what's the other one?
Fucking Uber.
Uber, Lyft,
Just honestly a fucking job, dude.
flip stuff on eBay. Yeah.
Cause I, like everything that I have right now that I was able to like invest in, like all my equipment, everything like I bought with the job that I had, and also with all the credit that I was able to make because of the job that I had. So like right now I have really good credit. I have like really good like credit line with credit cards, and that's like how I was able to afford all the shit that I used to make more money. So definitely get a job.
Yeah, like for me, for example, I didn't have to, or I didn't get a job. Never had a job. So weird saying that, but it's not because I got shit handed to me. You know, I started making websites for different people. I started freelancing basically.
And
Uh,
you were young. We were in high
yeah, I was in
school. I
high
remember
school.
that.
Yeah, I was making websites for
Yeah, we've
like
known each
different
other since high
people.
school. Fucking
Actually,
how
no, it's
long?
in middle school.
Oh yeah, but we
Yeah,
didn't really talk in middle
yeah.
school. But yeah, that's crazy.
So you guys have to either get a job or flip stuff, sell stuff on eBay, go to garage sales or thrift stores and then
Mm.
flip it on eBay for a
You
profit.
could make bank off of that. And I've seen Gary V do that on his channel now, which I think is kind of weird that he does that. But yeah, this fool goes around. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I seen it. I seen it.
Yeah,
It's
he
like
goes.
trash talk, I think.
Yeah, he goes around fucking at fucking yard sales and buys little things and resells them and makes a profit. Which I think you know, like if you're young or whatever, like if you have zero money, like it's just
So
there is
easy.
no excuse to have zero money though. Like if
Yeah,
you.
like you have like for those people who say like, "Oh, I don't have any money," just try to find something. If you really want it, you're gonna go get it. Like there shouldn't be
Yeah.
anything holding you back if you really, really want
Yeah.
it.
Unless like you have like
Stop.
no oh whatever. Let's
Uh,
turn it back on. That's fire. Okay. I totally forgot what we were talking about.
oh fuck. Or Gary Vaynerchuk.
Oh okay, yeah. Oh, there's no excuse not to have money. I know and I was gonna say unless you like you have some sort of like a health disability or something, right?
Yeah, there shouldn't be any
But
fucking excuse.
but
Like,
beyond that, like that's still shit you can get through, you know? You gotta push through any situation. And you just have to be accountable for everything and not blame anything on anyone else. I
yeah,
think
because
that's the
I've
most
seen some
important
people like,
part.
oh, I'm in this situation, this
Yeah.
and that, and I can.
Yeah, I hear that all the time.
It's like, well, no, man, just stop complaining and
Yeah,
actually do something.
exactly. Find a solution
Yeah, nobody's gonna find the solution for you. Don't expect somebody else to, you know, uh, make the solution
and
for
do
you.
shit. And don't like don't blame things on anyone. I think that's the main like thing. Like for anyone like that wants to be successful in anything. It's just take full responsibility of everything. Like even if someone like fucking like cuts you off in traffic and let like hits you like or something like that was like supposedly out of your control like that shit's still under your control like you could have taken a different route you could have left later you could have left earlier like just if you have that mindset where like everything is your responsibility and you're in control of everything I think that's one of like the key things to be like successful you know and
Just to take
responsible.
control of everything, be
Mm-hmm.
responsible for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but goes back to what I was saying. There shouldn't be an excuse why you don't have money to start a business. You might be like, "Oh, I'm in college or I'm in high school. You know, I don't have a job. I was in high school and I didn't have a job, and I still managed to make money.
Yeah, you're
I
killing it,
made
dude.
money through making people's websites and designing logos and stuff like that. So find whatever you're good at and use it to your advantage. Use it to make money. Don't be like, oh, I want to make money, but I don't know how, and I'm just gonna, sit, bitch, and moan, and be like, oh, I can't make money because blah blah blah.
You just gotta and, and it comes down to actually trying things too, you know, because you have to find something that you're passionate about. I think some people get stuck in a place where they're like so into making money and they forget that like that isn't like the most important thing.
Yeah,
Like it
that too.
definitely is very important.
That
Okay, don't
too.
get me wrong. I'm not trying to say money's not important, but some people are just like so focused on that that they forget like there's more to it, you know, like there's humanity, you know?
Yeah, because some people they're like, oh, I'm just gonna open the Shopify store because a lot of people are making money, and I want to make a lot of money like everybody else. That's really I mean, your head is sort of in the wrong place there. I feel like, yes, you should make money, but don't do it just because a lot of people are doing it and you're like, oh, I want to hop into this train because everybody's making money. I actually or have a friend like that who just jumps into every new thing that they see. And, you want to avoid jumping into every new shit because you burn yourself out and then you don't do anything.
Yeah, no, and whatever you like, if you're always changing paths, which is not necessarily a bad thing
It's not.
because you're trying things and you
But
know,
when that's all
obviously
you do, you have like that, there's an
that it
issue.
could become an issue, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. But I think whoever this person is should like probably just try to figure out what it just comes down to whatever you're passionate about, dude. It's so weird because it's hard to determine. It's one of like I think it's one of the hardest things to determine in life is like what? Because most people don't fucking know, dude. I
Yeah,
have a
it's,
lot of friends that don't know what the fuck they're gonna do with their life.
yeah, and that's so weird having no sense of like a direction.
Direction. Yeah.
Having
Yeah,
no sense
dude.
of direction. It's
Yeah.
like, then what are you doing? Just sit around, watch TV,
No, but it
go to
fucking sucks. I
sleep, or
could
hang
totally understand why
around.
that would fucking suck, dude. I mean, it's not like they're enjoying that.
They're
Like,
not.
not
They're
knowing what to do must fucking suck. Again? Yeah, it's probably heat, dude.
all right, guys. The camera actually just overheated on us.
Yeah. So, not having a purpose definitely sucks, but you should try things so you can find that shit.
Yeah.
And
And there's no excuse to not make money, to not have an
I
initial
keep forgetting
investment.
that's the fuck we're talking about. Yeah.
So for those of you who are like, oh, I don't have money to start a business, just find a way. If you have to get a part-time job, just get
There's
it.
always a way. It's
Yeah.
just there's always a way. Like there is.
Try to flip stuff if you're in high school. Make websites. If you're not into creating websites or logos, that find something, photograph people for their high school portraits. There's so much shit you could do and so many options, especially with like just your phone, and buy a lens for a camera. And you could use that to
Yeah.
take
I mean,
pictures.
I don't have a camera and I make YouTube videos. I use my phone.
Yeah, you don't necessarily need the greatest and the
Yeah.
latest. Even though I'm not gonna lie, I usually just like buying everything just for the fuck of it, just to
Well,
have it.
because you have like you know, you're already like far up in that whole thing. But like if we're starting, like people like me that are starting something,
You're not
you
gonna
don't
have.
need all that. You just need to do work. We just put the work in. That's
That's pretty much it.
it. Yeah.
So that's pretty much it, guys, for this podcast. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, then watch it on YouTube.
Leave a like.
Leave a like. And if you guys are hearing this, then you guys should head over to the YouTube and watch it, or just subscribe to my YouTube. Because I have some people who just watch my shit and never subscribe. Uh, and then my YouTube channel is like a whole different story, because it's just weird because I like gain followers, lose some, gain some,
That's
lose
how it
some. Yeah.
is, dude.
Super annoying.
You gotta gain faster than you lose
Exactly.
followers. That's the trick.
Yeah, I got a little sidetracked, but whatever. All right, guys. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Yep. So you guys leave a comment if you want to see me here again.
And I'll make a better intro just so it doesn't seem so weird leaving out like, all right,
Fine.
guys, bye.
Yeah. I mean, I think podcasts just start right away. Like all the podcasts that I've seen are just like random. Like it just starts in the middle of a conversation. No, it's like if you notice, like the Joe Rogan podcast, like they're talking. They're literally talking while the starting screen's on, and then it goes like 3, 2, 1, and they're like, all right, and now we're live, and then they start talking. Like, but they were already having a
No, I feel like I need to
conversation.
get an intro, like an intro, like, brrr, like not
Yeah, like
certain
an
sounds.
animated intro or
Yeah,
something, right?
something like a little
Yeah.
intro, and then like a little outro. All right, guys. Well, I'll see you guys in the next
Yeah.
one.
Peace.